Flippin Late Podcast, episode 26. I'm Alicia Finger.
And I'm 087 official.
I thought about that on my drive home today. I was like, there we go.
Hey,
Yes,
so
guys, we're a day late.
Saturday special.
Yes.
Maybe. Hopefully I get it. I'll get it up tonight. My goal is
Or Sunday special. It works
Sunday
either
special.
day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting today is Saturday. Well, today is Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. Just today feels like a Sunday almost.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is. I had a week.
Well, yes. We were both really busy, it seems like, because we didn't get time to record. Whenever I wasn't busy, you were busy. Whenever you weren't, I was.
Well,
so
I wasn't busy doing work. I mean, I was busy with sick people on my vacation.
How are you feeling? Did you feel like you caught anything?
I think I'm getting an ulcer.
Oh no.
So we would go to the beach. My one sister gets COVID. She went home a few days early. She was with her boyfriend was there, so they went home. Then the other three get it. Now this is my parents and my sister that has cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a mess. I mean, in more ways than one. And everything's like, I mean, I get it. They're old. She's ill. But everything is like, take it up like 10 notches. Like from where COVID was 3 years ago. I shouldn't say it, but whatever. I'll bleep it, I guess.
That was 3 years ago already.
Can you say it on YouTube now without having nonsense? Anyway.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So like the three of them have like bad colds, but I'm home. I'm going to take a nap. Well, we came home last night, but I didn't feel good. Like, honestly, my stomach hurt. And I think it was and I just ate something and now it hurts again. I think it's just stress.
Like stress. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So, and I have like circles under my eyes. Oh my gosh. I need to be away from it for a while. So, and I mean, it's like probably the last time we'll do anything together. My parents are too old for this, and really the only reason they came is because my niece came, and I have another sister who's nobody's right in this family. Nobody's right. And then I had a crazy you had like somebody you were dealing with this week, right?
Oh yeah, I've got more to talk about with that.
Yeah, I had somebody too this week. Yeah, my store was on vacation, but they were being cuckoo. So I got a story for that one. Anyway, you're busy buying up all like the good stuff, like $2,
oh my gosh,
$2 giant swung vases.
Oh my gosh, yes. I don't know what to do with that. I want to list it because it's sold on auction for whatever, like 200 some odd dollars.
I was gonna say that's at least a $200 vase.
Yeah, because on auction,
you need to show it.
Yeah, I can go grab it, but it's out on my listing table. But I'm like, I just sold a different swung vase earlier this week. It was a smaller one, like maybe 1.5 feet, but it was worth $50, or it sold for that. And I was really nervous about it, but I found out that the inner cardboard roll that's on like my bubble wrap, I saved those. And it fit perfectly in one of that. So I wrapped the swung vase in bubble wrap. It's going to be in my video coming out.
I saved those for things too. They're good. They're good for that.
I'm like, this is perfect for swing vases.
For filling void, like if you have something big and, they're good for that. Hmm.
And I was just really happy with how it was. I'm like, there's no way this is getting damaged. And if it does, I'm going to be really upset. Because it's the most expensive swung base I have, besides that orange one that I picked up. But for you, those of you that don't know what we're talking about, I was my mom sent me a link, and it was a swung vase. It was just a photo. It looked like one that was maybe a foot and a half, like to 2 feet, just a smaller one. Lady said $2. You could tell she's like clearing out like a storage unit or something. There was just a
Hmm.
bunch of random stuff, and it had been posted now for a while. And someone in the comments like tagged 3 different people, and I'm like, shoot, it's probably gone. But I messaged her, and
Right.
it was still available. And typically, I pick up stuff on Facebook. I make plans for the next day, but this lady's like, "Oh, what about tonight at 6 at Walgreens? Because we have a Walgreens here. That's where people usually meet." And I was
Hmm.
like, "Yep." And I was there. I go to meet the lady, and she takes it out of her back seat. It's like almost 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
The
Hmm.
base of it's huge.
Hmm.
$2, but I want to list it, but I'm gonna wait. I told my parents I'm looking for like a big cardboard roll so I could kind of do the same thing, but it's like I almost need to go to
Yeah.
the hardware store and buy one of those rolls that people use to make like posts in their backyard, like the cardboard tube that they use to fill with concrete. I
Yeah.
almost need to buy one of those to put it
Hmm.
in. So I think I
Yeah.
might do that because I'm like I do not want to ship this and have it get broken, but maybe I'll
I
list it
would
locally. I'll give it some
just,
time.
I mean, yeah, but you can do it. You can do it. Just pack it, and then when you think it's enough, put some more on.
Yep. I
So,
put so much packing on that other one.
uh-huh. And that one that you got
Mhm.
is beautiful. Oh my
I
god.
really like it. I almost want to keep it, but I know my one of my cats is gonna knock it down and break it. I'd rather just get the money, honestly. I just know that my psycho youngest cat is gonna knock it down. He'll
Yeah.
find a way.
So it, you need to show it, but it's a for those if you're just listening, it's I mean
I'll
you
go grab it.
I could tell it was
I'll
probably
go
about
grab
3 feet
it.
because you had it in your car in that picture in your car, and it is a bittersweet swung vase. It's gorgeous. She got it for $2. I don't find any swung. I've only ever seen a swung or a bittersweet one here in an antique store. Never seen one out.
I'm knocking stuff
It's
over.
awesome.
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah,
look
it's
at that.
huge.
And it has like one, two, three. I'm counting the 4, 5,
It's got
like
one, two, three,
five
four,
fingers,
five,
six
six. I don't know if
fingers.
you count like these two right here,
Yeah,
but
I don't
there's
know.
no markings, and it's got
It's
like that
look,
ombre effect, but it's
yeah,
huge.
that is
And yeah,
so.
it's
Oh my
it's
gosh,
beautiful.
I'm so
Now I'm like,
jealous.
if I found a black one, I would keep it because it would go with like anything in my house. But
Yeah.
I didn't, yeah. But I was ecstatic about that, and then I have a whole nother thing to talk about too. But do we want to get into our crazy customers first?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
It's always like the under $20 crowd. That's nuts. Some ladies like there's a chip in a mug. It was a $15 Snoopy and Woodstock Merry Christmas mug. It's like an oversized mug. It's like
Hmm.
soup slash coffee. So I, once a return says there's a chip on the bottom. I sent her a message back. I was like, I'm so sorry you're upset. They sent me a message before they put in for a return. I'm so sorry. Um, I checked it. I don't see a chip in the picture. And I usually check stuff, before I send it because, just in case you miss something. And they're like, there's a giant chip on the bottom and it's been there for a while and you didn't show it in the picture and this and that. And I was like, well, I showed the bottom and there's no chip, but whatever.
Hmm.
I'm like, they're like, what are we going to do about it? I'm like, I have returns, go ahead, send it. And then like, she kept going back and forth with me. She's like all mad. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, so what? We're fishing, for a partial. I'm not giving you a partial.
Hmm.
I, I don't go. I mean, if something, I put it on, we were talking about it on Discord because I put something about it up on Discord and somebody was like, you know, something about partials. And I was like, I don't give partials. And then somebody was like, well, and I'm like, well, yeah, if it's your fault, like if something happened, or you did something or you forgot something, I don't know. Like there's always an exception to the rule, but
Mm-hmm.
as as a rule, I don't give partials. Send it back. And she's all, I'm gonna open up a item not as described. I'm like, whatever, I have free returns, whatever. She's
Mm-hmm.
like going off about shipping. I'm like, I have free returns, get over it. And so then um she goes, she puts in for the return. The return pictures she put with the chip are not the mug I sent. The mug I
Mm-hmm.
sent is a peanuts mug. It says peanuts on the bottom. This one is blue and it has a sticker on it and it says blue sky. It's a blue sky mug. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, look, that's not the mug I sent you. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
must have just you mixed it up. No big deal. I'm thinking you got it confused with something else you bought. I didn't buy anything else. That's the only, everything's like yelling at me. I didn't buy any. This is the only Snoopy mug I bought. Yeah. I'm like, okay, but I'm just saying the pictures you put in the return are not what I sent you. There's the mug I sent you. It's right up there at the top of the return. It's green, white, and red. The mug you put in there was blue. And it had a chip on the bottom, but wasn't my mug.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, this is what you sent. It was from your 87 official, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I didn't send that. Well, it came from Illinois. I go, well, I live in Delaware. This person, by the way, lives like 30 minutes away from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
They live in the same state. Well, I don't know how it came from you. I said, well, I don't know either. So, but that's not the mug I sent you. Are you sure? And they never said, like, I kept asking, I'm like, did you get the mug I sent you? I,
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I was like, you haven't answered me yet. That mug in the picture, the one with Snoopy on it, did you get it? Still won't answer me. Telling me they're gonna have to escalate it with eBay and blah 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 because I said I'd never seen a mug like that. I don't have that mug. I'm like, whatever. Finally, they wouldn't answer me about did they get the mug I sent. I don't know where this Illinois um address is coming from. And she finally, and I said, look, I don't know what's going on. Oh, they got all like, I'm not going back and forth with you. I want my money back. I want my shipping back. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
whatever. I said, okay. I said, I don't know what's going on either. I don't know why you got something with my name from Illinois. I'm not from there. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to contact eBay about this. 5 minutes later, oh, I got it mixed up with something else I bought. Yeah,
That's what
they
you're trying.
for an hour they went back and forth with me that they bought nothing else. They only bought a Snoopy mug from me, nothing else. So I don't know if they're just stupid, if they're trying to pull a scam. I don't
uh,
know. But they're like, it's been so hectic around here. I'm like, is it that hectic that you can't look and see that? I don't know. I mean, it gets pretty hectic for me too, but I can
I
sit
have
down, take a breath, and
never
figure out
I
between
have
two different
never
mugs.
gotten to my orders like me as a person ordering stuff. I've never gotten like two things confused with
Well, they're not even the
like
same. That's the thing. She
yeah.
insisted she didn't buy anything else, that there was nothing else she could have got it mixed up with. They're not even the same color, they weren't the same size. Mine was the only Snoopy mug she bought. Apparently not. I don't know if Blue Sky makes a Snoopy mug. I don't know. But that was the sticker on the bottom. I was like, this was on vacation when everybody's dropping like flies. And I'm like, lady, You're
You're
getting
already
on my
stressed
nerves.
out
Yeah.
on top of it. Yeah.
And it, like, I mean, I was just sitting around, type, so it
Hmm.
wasn't, I wasn't busy, but, it was annoying. It was annoying. And I will fight. I will fight. I will die on that hill because that was, because some people just want to be over with, and they give people like that the money without a return, without anything, And this is like she started that return at the beginning of the week. It was it was like the end of the week. Well, it was a day or two ago when we went back and forth. So she hadn't even tried to send it back. I don't know if she's just waiting to see if I'm like one of those people that is like, okay, I'm over you. Here's your $15 back plus $7 shipping. No, I'm not. I taught middle school. I've got a will of steel.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, that was my stupid one.
Let me pull up my messages, see if I can. So, I talked about how I sold the Make It Bake It ornaments for like the order total was like $12.35.
It's always those under 20s.
Yep, and then I'm trying to pull up the messages. Pretty much said how she messaged me on July 6th after I said I wasn't responding to any further messages, and this was like before I had shipped it, and I shipped it. She basically says, hello, thank you so much for shipping my items, and it looks like shipping was very fast. But then the post office screwed it up. I just got an alert from them that they've shipped the item back to you, claiming that they couldn't find me at this address, which is mine, and where they deliver all my eBay purchases. So I don't know what happened, but it looks like it's on its way back to you. Basically, she goes yada yada. She got a hold of the post office, and they don't know how to do their job, and blah blah blah. So she's basically complaining about them to me. And then she's like, I forwarded you the complaint that I sent to the post office, and like gives me the inquiry number and blah blah blah. And then I just say, hello, I will go ahead and wait for the item to arrive back to me because I didn't want to like make any plans for anything else. Cause I'm like, as soon as I get this item back, I'm just gonna refund her and block her because I do not want to resend it. I don't want to give this person any more of my time.
Right.
Just because of the way she had treated me before I even shipped the item. So.
Right.
Then she says, thank you, I'm very sorry this happened. I was very excited about it. And then she messages me 2 more times saying that she's upset. She wished that they would have knocked on the door or left it at her door. She's not sure why it got sent back. And then on the day I get it, July 12th, so 6 days later, so it looks like you received the item the post office returned. How would you like to proceed? I said, hello, I'll go check my P.O. box for it tomorrow. And I said, upon receiving it, I will be issuing a refund for the cost of the item back to you because I shipped it to the address she provided.
Right.
That's the way I was thinking about it. Yeah, of course, it was first class shipping, so like, what, $5-6? But I was like, I shipped it. I just want to refund her and be done with it. Then she starts going off. I understand if you don't wish to ship the item back to me, but I hope that you'll refund me the item and the shipping cost. I'm operating under the assumption that you sent the items and addressed it correctly, filed an issue at the post office, blah, blah, blah. If you want to provide me a complete refund for what I paid with shipping, and then you'll allow me, I'd repurchase the item again, but I do expect that you'll fully refund me. I say, I sent the item to the address provided. It is not my fault that it was sent back, and I shouldn't be held responsible for the shipping cost of the shipping label. And I sent her a screenshot, and I said, this is the address that was provided on the label. Please confirm it. Like, it's on eBay's end, like, what she provided. And then she starts going off again. This item was returned to you, which means you are in possession of the item that you shipped to me. You need to refund me the item cost and the shipping cost because now you have the item and I don't. And then she starts messaging me more, but she's like copying like the whole email thread. So she'll send her a response, but then it's just full of just gibberish of like all of our conversation. Like, so it's just a huge paragraph. So, so she basically copies the whole thing and it's a big paragraph. Then I say, confirm the address you provided that I sent you a photo of, please. Because I was like, okay. I read online that sometimes this happens when it's actually the correct address, and if you go back to the post office, they'll put a new label on it free of charge and send it back off. So that's why I was asking her, is this the right address? Because I'm like, fine, I'm just gonna go there, talk to them. There's one lady that's really nice. Like, I'll get it figured out and get it sent to her again. And then she just starts going off again. So you think you get to keep the item that was shipped back to you that is worth more than the shipping cost, and then keep the shipping cost because the post office didn't deliver the item. No, I don't accept that. And it's not fair, and I'll be appealing to eBay and going through my credit card.
Well, who does
And then
she think
copies
is
it.
going to pay for the shipping? Like, it's not your fault. Why should you have to eat the shipping?
And then she copies and pastes like the whole thread again. So it's just a full of just
Oh my
random
God.
nonsense. And then I said, as I asked you twice now, please confirm the address I sent you a screenshot of, which is what you provided, so I can confirm with my post office. And then I get nothing else. She then opens an item not received case. I get a hold of eBay, tell them the whole situation. They're like, oh, just let the time run out on it, and then we'll close it in your favor. And then you can return just the item cost.
Right.
And I'm like, is that the correct thing to do? They're like, yes. I talked to 3 different representatives to make sure.
Right.
Next day, I get a payment dispute. Basically, because of that, I have to validate that it got delivered to their address, or I can fight it, and then I have to deal with that dispute fee, possibly of like $25, whatever.
Right.
And I talked to 3 different representatives again, and they're just pretty much like, sorry, like, we can't do anything because it's on the credit card end now, it's not on eBay's end. So basically, I had to refund her in full, which sucks. But it was like $12, whatever. Like, I just amount the shipping, but it's the principle that she was really crappy to me, and then I was just like, I'm not going to invest more time in this person because they were not nice.
Something was wrong with her address. She has something wrong. I had a return to sender address not correct once.
This one was unable to, or no, it's unknown addressee. That was the error that USPS gave me.
That's what this one was, or it was like addressee not at this address or something. I forget what it was. And I didn't even say, I said to them, I said, it went to this address. I just went to I asked them. They did not contact me at all. And I was like, you know, if you want this again, I said, I don't know if your address is wrong or if there's something with your post office that you have to, like, she should be getting that money back from her post office if her address is right. Like, she should go print out that stuff and say, I paid for this and you didn't deliver it or something. If that was my problem, I'd go to the postmaster.
Yes, but
find some.
It's just
like you're not in charge of the post office. I mean, that was a crappy thing for her to do, and she wouldn't verify her address.
Yeah, she just, and then I blocked her, and then I know, like, if you block someone on eBay, they can still message you.
Yeah, I think she can still message you
sure
through that message thread, but
yeah, and I was pretty sure at one time, because I had someone kind of harassing me on eBay, I made it so if I block somebody, they can't message me anymore.
I think there is a box on there. I think I looked at it one time because somebody said something about that.
So
somewhere I read.
I never turned that off. So I find it not really believable that she would just not respond because she was really good at just sending me paragraphs over and over and over again. Like, she'd send me like 3 messages in a row. And I'm like, there's no way she just like... Anyways, but yesterday I just went and refunded her. I'm hoping I don't get a negative. I haven't yet.
Well,
I've been
you
watching.
refunded her. So
yeah, and that's what I'm hoping removed. If you that eBay would remove it because she did get refunded.
Yeah.
But it was just a crappy situation, and it was for an item that just, like, honestly wasn't really worth it. But, like, whatever. It's
always the little bread and butter items that some terrible person is just horrible about. Like,
but she was just in a rush for these ornaments. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, because she was bugging you about them not being shipped the next day, right?
Within 24 hours. I'm like, it was the next day. I'm like... Lady, it's a holiday weekend, first off.
Right.
And, like, I've got family here, but yeah, I'm still shipping stuff out on time. I have, like, my metrics for, late shipment rate, it's 0%. So I send everything out on time.
Right.
But I've got, not just her, but multiple people I've had, message me. have screenshots of like 5 different people that will message me and be like, when is this shipping out? So I'm wondering if eBay's end, if they're not showing them like,
That's
I know
so
they'll show them
weird.
like the estimated delivery date, but like
Yeah.
I've had multiple people get on me about shipping and I'm just like, it's only been a day. Like what? I don't know if all these people just expect that I'm sitting here waiting for an order so I can pack it right away. It's annoying, but
I don't know. I mean, I know there are some eBay, like, there are some sellers I know because I've bought, you buy and boom, like they print a shipping label like right
mhm.
away. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if they're like confident in their weight that they put in, if they've prepackaged things. I mean, because I don't, I mean, I have next day, I do next day, but
Mhm.
I don't do it until I'm actually like weighing it because, I'm pretty good. I'm usually on the pound, because I don't put ounces and all that, you don't need to.
Mhm.
I'm usually on the pound, but sometimes I overestimate and sometimes I underestimate. So I always wait because I'm going to pay what I'm going to pay. But yeah, that was a really, hey lady, that was a really crummy thing to do. Karma's going to get
It's
you.
I moved on from it now. Like
Yeah.
when things like that happen, I take it really personal, but I'm just like, you know what, this like it's like there is no pleasing this lady. She like
No. Mm-mm.
first she's on me about it, then she's on the post office, then she got on me again. So whatever. I'm just happy
Yeah,
to not have to
and I
deal with
wrote
her.
down her
And
name, so I'm gonna block that person too. I
yeah,
think
I
people
put
are
it in
like,
that in
no.
our
Yeah,
Discord because I'm just like the likeliness that someone else is gonna get her is probably not very high. But
yeah. Hey, I'll preventative measures. I'm all for.
yeah, it's just and
Because
then
she's
yeah, other than that.
that's way more annoying than my person, and my person was
It's,
annoying.
the way she would message just
Hmm. Oh,
uh
with all the, I wonder why she was doing that. Like, because eBay's, we were having that discussion maybe like a week ago or something because somebody was like, because you know how on the app it's just like a straightforward message, you.
mhm.
On the, if you're on the web, it's it looks kind of more like an email kind of
Actually they
thing.
changed it on the web now where it's like an interface kind of like you're on your phone.
Is it now? Because it
Hmm.
wasn't. Somebody said they thought it was
Hmm.
before, and I was like, I don't. Mine was never like that, and there, and
Yeah, when I
it
go to
wasn't.
messages it's
Is it
it's like
now?
that.
I
Yeah.
wasn't using the web when I was talking to that lady. It's like, it looks like that. That's cool. So
Yeah.
it's not
Or you
even.
can actually at the bottom it says switch back to classic view and they'll probably do it the way it was. So it must be something at the bottom if you
Oh,
want to
okay.
change it
So
to the
was it like in the recent, like maybe it was in the recent update? I haven't even looked on there. I mean, since
possibly,
a
I don't
week
know.
ago when we were kind of talking about it, I didn't. That's pretty cool though.
I'm trying to think
Hmm.
what else. I hit an insane or I got an insane fine day on Thursday. I spent like $400
Wow,
at 2 sales.
that's
Um,
awesome.
the one was that board game buy that I showed a
Oh
picture of
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Discord. I listed one of those games already for 80. It has like an amazing sell-through rate. The only other one available is in like the UK or something, and then you could
Mm-hmm.
buy it new somewhere else for like 100. So I put it at 80.
Because and
Um,
those board games, were they
they're like the niche ones that
in?
you find at like board game
Yeah,
cafes and stuff
yeah.
like that.
They're
Yeah.
the niche ones, and
Mhm.
were they in Japanese?
Some of them were. He
Okay.
said Chinese, but then he said he
Oh,
bought them in Japan. And I'm like,
oh, but maybe, yeah, but they might be in Chinese.
but
I
he was
don't.
just like, and he actually like put sleeves on all the cards. Like each card has its own little card sleeve
Oh,
on it.
jeez.
It's like everything is like
Hmm.
meticulously put in little plastic bags on the inside. It's like, because I asked him, I'm like, are they all complete? And you
Yeah.
could tell just by the way he was that he's the kind of
Right.
person that.
Yeah.
So, and then he printed out like full color English instructions also for all the Chinese ones.
Yeah.
So it has both
That's
manuals, and
awesome.
he said he bought them in Japan, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
that's probably like that'd be cool. I haven't even looked up half of them, like they're still sitting upstairs. So I bought all those from that guy for 150. They totaled up to like 180, and I asked him if we can make a deal, and I asked 150, and he kind of sat
Hmm.
there. He's like, and then he's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. Then I went to they called it a multifamily garage sale, but what I ended up finding out, because I asked them where all this stuff came from, because they had an insane amount of stuff in this building.
Hmm.
They like rented it out from this Knights of Columbus. It's kind of like Elks Lodge, I guess, but not
It's
quite.
it's it's like the Catholic
Yeah,
equivalent
yeah. Yep.
of a
Um,
brotherhood. I don't know. It's like yeah.
yeah, so it's just this huge room
Hmm.
full, just packed with everything you could think of. And I asked them, like, where did you get all this stuff? And they're like,
Hmm.
oh, we have like 4 storage units. And I'm like, I don't know if they buy storage units or like their family just has a bunch of stuff. But there's shoes of all sizes, clothes of all
Wow,
sizes. I found Birkenstocks. I found Lisa Frank. I found like 3 Lisa Frank things. I'm so excited. I found a
that's
big
cool.
binder with like the glittery looking, like holographic. It's got smiley faces all over it. I
Hmm.
haven't even comped it. Um, a bag, like a clear little backpack. I found like a little some sort of an art kit. It says Lisa Frank, but it doesn't tell me like what's in it. It's just a box with a design all over it. And if you shake it around, you can hear like metal in it.
Oh, but
So
it's sealed.
I'm probably gonna have to open it. Yeah, there's no
No.
barcode or anything, so I'm probably gonna have to open it
Oh, it might have been part. You think it's part of something else?
like a craft kit or something.
Yeah,
I'm
it's probably
assuming.
like part of something, a bigger box or
Yep.
something.
I even found like a little, I've sold one of these before, a little Lisa Frank, like little kaleidoscope that's like a party favor that you find at like
Hmm.
the dollar store.
Right.
They just gave me that for free, but I've sold that exact one for like 20 something bucks before. It's
Nice.
just a little plastic tube.
Right, just a little fit
Um,
getting your little party favor bags.
yep, yep. I found Rainbow Bright, I found Bratz dolls, I found it was crazy. I was like third person in line. I got there early because usually when there's sales at this place, people get there early and line up.
Hmm.
And I ended up being like third in line. And I had my bags ready. I did not know how much stuff I was going to buy because I filled up my first IKEA bag. And I went to the front and I'm like, can I make a pile? And they're like, yeah. And I just keep piling and piling and piling. It took 3 people with their hands full to carry everything to my car. Like I had so much stuff. I found that big Zima sign. I don't know if you saw the picture in the other Discord.
No, I didn't see it yet.
My mom loves Zima, and I found a big Zima like display bottle, like huge. It's like 4 feet tall
Uh-huh.
for $3.
Nice.
Like, and I was like, I'm getting that for my mom. But I cycled through. So sales like this, I like to cycle through over and over and over and over.
Oh
So I
yeah,
was there
you
for
because
two
you keep
hours.
finding stuff, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I kept going, and then I'd find like then all the tables were full, and then underneath the tables there were bins just full of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're just toy bins. They had a kiddie pool full of just like vintage McDonald's toys. So there was
Hmm.
like really old ones like Lilo and Stitch and
Yeah.
all kinds. And I was like, I would love to look through that, but I'm like, it's just not worth my time. Like I'd rather find all this other cool stuff. Found a lot of like new old stock, like little Fisher Price keychains, like in the package still.
Hmm.
Um, it's coming out in my video, but it was insane. And then we're still open. Yesterday I went to Lincoln to get a tattoo. Then today that place was still open. I went back and spent another $53 because they priced down all their clothing to $1
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
everything else was half price. So I filled up my trunk for $50 and I
Wow.
found some really cool single stitch like racing shirts. Like I found one on eBay for like 100 something, but this one's really bad shape, but I'm like I'm still gonna pick it up for $1.
Yeah.
Um Department 56. I found some on Thursday and I found more today, like M&M Department 56.
Hmm.
And it was just insane. I was really stoked about it. I'm like, this is like an amazing sale, and I try to like ask them when they're doing more because they said they have more stuff.
That's awesome.
It was just a bunch of like I said, just old like sealed. I don't know. Someone must have had a store or something, so a lot of it was still sealed too,
Yeah.
like toys and whatnot. But that was really exciting.
Awesome.
That was great. So now my house is very, very full. It was already full because I haven't been listing because family was here. Now
Right.
it's even more full. So
Hmm.
I need to start. I'm gonna probably get some stuff listed today because it's yeah. I need to hire someone to, to just come take pictures. I was telling my husband, I'm like, I wish some of my cousins lived closer because I would just like hire them to just come, just take pictures of stuff, and
Right.
then I'll do the listing part. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be
Get a
so
folder
helpful to
for
just
you
have
and just,
someone.
yeah.
Yep,
Hmm.
exactly. Just have someone come take pictures.
Yeah. Pictures for me, well, that's like, I know everybody has their thing, and I'm very, like, I get too particular about them. Um, sometimes I'm like, and I go. And when I
Mm-hmm.
do that, then I always end up with something blurry and I have to go back. Or I forgot to do a measurement picture or something. And so that's and that's what takes me the longest. But that's what, like, I do all the pictures and then I go list.
Mm-hmm.
But that's that's what takes me the longest amount of time is pictures.
That's the
I
thing
haven't
right
been
now. Like, I'm just in a
sourcing here.
slump with listing.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well, I
just,
haven't listed either. And I'm not gonna list today. I'm gonna take a nap. And then I'm gonna edit this. I haven't list I haven't been sourcing in a couple weeks, but I have like a death pile of a death pile. Like, because I haven't done anything. And my store is off. Yeah, I went off vacation yesterday, so it was funny. I put my store on vacation last
mm-hmm.
Friday around, so I have next day shipping. So I was like, if I put it around 3 o'clock on Friday, my time, if anybody buys anything by then, I can quick get it out
Mm-hmm.
Saturday before we leave. I put it on, I put it on vacation at like 3, and I got like immediately two sales like 15 minutes later. I didn't ship them though
Wow.
because it was past my timeline, and I ended up what happened, something, anyway, I was like, so I didn't ship them. But nobody's emailed me about it. They got my messages. They saw that I was on time away. And I always send a little, so if they buy anything, they get a little message. I will be shipping on Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only sold like 4 things this whole week. But that's 4 more than the last time I was on vacation because I didn't sell anything. Yeah. And 2 of them were like 15 minutes after I put my store in. It's so weird. I don't know if like putting it on time away like was like some sort of weird algorithm bump,
Yeah,
because
that's really weird.
it was weird stuff that sold. It wasn't like anything that I'd listed recently. It's like
Mm-hmm.
some old stuff. I also have an
Speaking of,
offer pending I have to go look at.
I sold some as we had started the podcast. Oh, and I sold two things on Mercari, which never happens.
Oh, cool.
I had some used it was some fancy eye makeup remover and it was
Mm-hmm.
partially used. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel comfortable putting it on eBay, so I threw it on
Yeah.
Mercari and it sold. And
Mm-hmm.
then I also have some extra, it's like a fasting, some sort of powder stuff you put in your drink and it's supposed to help you not get hungry. I
Mm-hmm.
bought a bunch of them and they all expire next month. And I
Yeah.
haven't sold much on eBay, so I
Mm-hmm.
threw one on Mercari and it also
Mm-hmm.
sold. And then I
That's good.
relisted it because I have like 7 of them. So
Yeah.
we've got a couple things going on Mercari, which is great.
I have some stuff like that I might put up on Macari, like
I think
bath
like
and
perfume and stuff is
body
better too.
worky stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that looks new. Well, I have some stuff too that I bought. I like sprayed it once and I was like, and I never used it, so I was gonna sell it. But yeah. Cause I know, like, isn't eBay like getting funny now about,
It depends. Like I've never had issues with selling perfume,
yeah.
but I also
But
like
I've
if
heard
I
other
know
people
it's really
have, yeah.
used,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll throw it on Mercari just because.
Yeah. But like some people, like some of those scents get, they get discontinued and people want them. And they don't care about perfume because it's not like you're touching it. You're just spraying it.
And it's mainly like
So,
alcohol and
right.
water,
And it's
It's like
and sometimes like people want the old bottle, and some people collect perfume. So, I don't, yeah. I don't see, I understand if it's like a lotion or something, but the perfume thing, I don't know. But I've heard people getting them taken down, you know. So I was thinking, Macari, I'm gonna. So I'm like way behind. I know you use
Hmm.
like the freebies on Vendu to cross list sometimes.
Yep.
I've never used Vendu. I did use List Perfectly for a while, but it's List Perfectly is pretty expensive, and I wasn't. I did the free, and then I did the discount like from somebody. You
Hmm.
get a coupon, and then after that, I was like, I'm not paying whatever. I don't even know if it's the same. It was like $70 a month. That's a lot. I don't sell that much, and I wasn't selling enough on the other platforms to make it worth my while. Um, there was another one I was going to try. I can't remember what it's called,
Excuse me.
but I'm going to try it because I'll get like 2 weeks free.
Hmm. That's the thing I've been hearing more and more lately is people talking about how they're cross-listing more. And
Yeah, and I want to do it. I mean, I sold a pretty for me with not having that much listed and being small time, and I was a little bit. I had a little more back then. It
Mhm.
was like, um, but I sold it. Posh wasn't that great, but now these places have the auto Posh share things or whatever. Because I didn't share, I didn't do any of that stuff
Mhm.
on Posh. The thing I sold the most on Poshmark was stuffed animals
Really?
and plush. Yeah, isn't that weird? Um, I think
Eh.
I sold like one pair of shoes and a whole bunch of plush. But yeah. But I want to go back on Macari because I think I had a lot of stuff that did pretty decent on Macari. I think Macari's a little bit of a different audience. I think I personally go on there if I'm looking for certain things because sometimes you find them a lot cheaper on Macari. Like I needed a my I had a phone and the camera stopped working and I wasn't quite ready to go. Like I was waiting for a newer model to come out and I
Mhm.
wasn't ready to buy. So I went on Macari. Like they are all priced ridiculous on eBay. I went and bought somebody's personal phone off Macari that they sold to me for $90. And it was like a step up from the phone I had. It did have like a little crack in the top screen, not, it worked. And now I have it up for sale for less than I paid, but because I got a new phone and it still works. It's perfectly good. But
Mhm.
like stuff like that, I'm always looking on Macari,
I
and
look
I
there
think,
for some clothes. Like
yeah,
I like certain brands and I
right,
feel like on there is better
mm-hmm,
to find other than
yeah,
eBay. Like eBay it's kind of depends. It's
yeah, mm-hmm. And there's people that just sell on Macari. The who do I watch? Dumpster Diva. I think she just
yep.
sells on Macari. I think her husband sells electronics on eBay, but she just
Yeah,
sells on
I still
Macari.
watch her. You had recommended her and I still watch
Yeah,
her. Like she's great.
she's funny.
Yeah, she's
She
just
like
goofy.
talks to herself and people like answer her and she just laughs at the bins because she's like
Yeah.
basically going around talking to herself. But yeah, but I think she just sells on Macari. I don't think from what I gather, I don't think she has a whole lot of space. Like she's not gonna have like a whole gigantic eBay inventory either. But
Mhm.
you know, but yeah, I
Go make
mean
some money.
she's yeah extra. But yeah, so I do want to cross list, but I'm gonna get more stuff listed. Hopefully this week nobody bothers me and I feel better. I don't like I tested myself because I'm telling you I like my the last couple days my stomach's bothered me. I think it's just stress. And I
It
just
sounds
ate
like it.
something before we came on because I hadn't really eaten anything and I'm like, ugh. I'll go back to my diet. But yeah, I think I'm just stressed.
Speaking of like diets and doing better and I'm gonna try to ride my bike today.
Ooh.
Um, I had started on it last year and
Mm-hmm.
then everything happened. So, because I had like started riding my bike, started eating better, I even like went to the library, started checking out books and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Then I fell off of all of it, but now it's starting to get, it's still warm out, but it's like nice enough that you can still like ride a bike and not die of heat stroke. So, because
Oh,
my
it's
parents are on
so hot
vacation
here.
right now and I
Yeah.
have to take care of their dog. My
Okay.
husband and I are kind of switching, but I'm like, they
Back.
don't live too far, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
just to take my bike over there isn't
Yeah. That's
like
nice.
it's a short ride. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I might do that later.
Yeah.
It's on
It's
like one of the garage ceiling things, so I have to like get it down and like,
that's where
hope
mine
that
is.
I
I'm
don't.
sure the tires are flat.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I hope the tires on mine are still good. We'll have to see. Um.
My
Oh.
that's a good if it's not too hot. It's a swampy, gross mess here today, this week. It got like
Mm-hmm.
super humid. It's it's gross.
It's
I'll
been rainy
stand.
here. It's rained the
Mm-hmm.
past few days,
Mm.
but not like it's just be like in the morning or the evening, and then you're good. Like it's
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Comments from last video, we got three. ABC Matt says, sometimes I feel these Karens are using some chat. I think GBT or is it chat GPT?
Yeah, whatever
Oh,
it is. Yeah.
he said
The
chat
AI.
GBT with their responses, but I'm giving them too much credit on their intelligence.
What were we talking about? I don't remember.
We're talking about, well, the lady that I was having issues with last time.
Oh, okay.
The same one that we talked about
Oh,
today, but
the same lady, yeah. Hmm.
yep. Uh, then my friend, fake McName, said this is excellent timing for a boring day at work. Well, too bad this time because it's coming out on the weekend, but maybe you can
Yeah.
save it for
You can
Monday.
save it for Monday.
Yeah, there you go. And Amy, Beach by Repeat, says congrats on the additional podcast platforms. Yes,
Yay, thank you.
that's exciting. I'm trying to think. We have 117 subscribers. Oh, make sure to follow Mo and I both on, let's see, eBay.
Hmm.
You're getting a YouTube channel eventually, hopefully.
I
You got the
I
footage.
I have a death pile of footage. And I was like maybe I'll edit something
Mhm.
but on vacation, but I didn't. I was tired.
One
Well,
day.
like we'd go to the beach all day and then you come back and you're tired and then you go get ice cream and then you're in bed.
Yep, yep. What else? Whatnot for both of us,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes,
Um,
and I need to look at that. Before I went away, I was like, I am going to schedule. Now, I don't know if it'll actually happen that day, but I just did it to do it. I scheduled one for like
that's the
toward the
hardest
like
part.
yeah. So, it might not actually happen that day, but it
Well,
is
now I
going to
gotta
happen
follow you if I
soon.
don't.
Um and I don't know when I scheduled it for. uh where do you
I don't
find
know,
where
you
you
have 43
scheduled?
followers. Follow back. Let's see, shows. You have one scheduled for the 26th at 3
Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Bookmark. Guys, go
So I don't know
bookmark
if
your
it'll
show. It's in
actually
10
happen that
days.
day, but it is scheduled. So even if it gets moved around because of other things, because I just picked a day, I just picked a random
Hmm.
day, afternoon time. I was like, I'm just gonna do it just so I have it out there. So I have, I can start. Actually, I'm good to go with jewelry because I have a whole bunch of just costume jewelry that's already like separated in little baggies and stuff. Because
Hmm.
every once in a while I pull something out and I'll list it. So, but this will be easier. So, and then I want to do that one. I have children's books out the wazoo. I want to
That'd be
do
a good one. Just do a whole
like
show of.
vintage children's book one. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do
I need
that,
to do a jewelry one as well,
yeah,
probably around the same time you're doing yours.
and then we have to do um, because I know some of the other ladies. We need to do like a choo choo, one of those trains where we just
Stream
go,
train.
yeah, because yeah, with some of the other ladies we know. We'll have to figure that out at some point. Maybe we'll get our act together by the fall. But yeah, so I want to do that. I have a lot of like, as I've been going through stuff, cuz like I'll just the last like the garage sales and estate sales I've been to, I'll like find like boxes of like random Christmas like vintagey like littles and stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
just been putting that aside. I was like, oh, I could do that. Like
That'd
Christmas, like
be, yeah, that'd be a fun themed one.
nothing big or expensive, but just to, you know, because a lot of people use them for other, they collect that stuff or they use it for crafts and stuff. But yeah, so those are the three main things that I have separated out for. Um,
Yeah, I need to do
and
my watch one. I have my jewelry pile over here, and I'm slowly going through it, getting
yeah,
watches, maybe some rings. Um,
I have some
yeah.
watches I'll probably just mix in because I don't have as many as you had that time. But I
Oh,
did
that was so
a bunch
many.
of I went to a bunch of church sales and they had like rando watches, like, and I just grabbed them because they were like, they don't test them or look at them, and you know, so I just grabbed them.
Hmm.
Chances are they work. You just have to put a battery in them. I'm not
And
gonna
I
do
just
it.
don't have the patience to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have the
I'm
patience
not
to do
doing
that.
it. But
What
yeah,
else do we both have on? Do you have a Mercari?
I do. It's
So we're
all
both on
my
Mercari,
87 official. I have a posh.
eBay,
I
Mercari,
don't have
whatnot.
anything up on theirs yet. But like I said, I'm gonna by the end of by August I want to cross list again. So I'm just gonna try
Yeah,
and get a bunch of
it's
stuff
really
up on
nice to
eBay.
cross list.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like doing it. Um, but I'm gonna look at some others because List Perfectly was really expensive. I tried Flip,
Mm-hmm.
the free one, but you get what you
Mm-hmm.
pay for. It took a
Yeah,
long
I
time
didn't ever
to
try
try
it
and do
because you
anything.
had a list from the computer, and I don't do that. Like,
Yeah, and that's fine. You don't have to list from the computer, but you have to do that from the computer. I think most of them you do, right? Or do
mm-hmm.
Vendu you don't have to? I don't know.
Vendu, you don't. Well, it just
Okay.
pulls the listing from eBay, and then it
Yeah.
basically copies and pastes it, but you have to
Yeah,
add in some certain things. So,
that's what they all do. That's what List Perfectly did. I liked List Perfectly because it did a whole bunch at once,
mm-hmm.
But again, it's pretty expensive. And if you're not a big time seller like Alicia, if you're small time like me, it's not worth it. Um, the one I'm gonna try is Prime Lister. I'm gonna try that one. I saw somebody talk about another one, and they've got like a 2 week, and they have in like their list of things you can do, like because you know how that's the other thing is I like to go through, which I haven't done in a while, but like my older stuff I'll end and sell similar. And I
Mm-hmm.
think you can do that with this one. I don't know if List Perfectly has that or did let you do that without messing everything up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um anyway, I was going to check it out because it's like 2 weeks free, so
You never know.
yeah.
Um, any amazing sales? Any home runs?
No, I told you I only sold like 3 or 4 things this last week. Um
I'm trying to see if I had anything like super amazing, but um, it's all kind of bread and butter: shoes, 31
yeah.
bags, video games. Selling a lot of shoes lately. I have, my shoe area in my trailer. I have
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
shelf full of shoes, and then I have
Mhm.
two bins now underneath that shelf of shoes, and that's it. Before I had that shelf and then like seven bins of shoes. Now it's down to two bins.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
That's good.
Getting it to the point where hopefully all of them will fit on the one shelf. Um, yeah, nothing super amazing. Like I said, like
No.
the swung vase for $50.
Mhm.
Um,
That's good. I sold a This is what I sold. I sold a Hermie the Elf dentist from Rudolph the Reindeer for $20 plush. I sold a Delft's hand painted boy kissing the little Dutch kids that are kissing for
mhm.
30. And um those little Fisher Price stacking rings. They were brand new. I got them for a couple bucks um at a thrift store about a month ago, and or two.
Hmm.
And then I have an offer. I have to go. I need to make sure. I bought like a big box of like dog toys. Like somebody just had all these like, I forget where I got them,
Hmm.
but like pool floats for dog to fetch. um, I sold a bunch, but this says that the offers for 5 of them, and I gotta. I didn't I didn't actually, it might be ran out because they sent it to me over when I was on vacation. But I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't know if I have 5. I do. I just wanted to make sure I had 5 before so I have to go look. But I like quantity. That's good.
Me too. I've been selling a few quantity things like that
Mhm.
powder stuff I told you, the fasting
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
I have like 8 of those, and then I bought a while back. I don't know if you've seen them. There's those Pura Vida bracelets.
Yeah.
They're just
Mhm.
little, cute little.
Yep.
I
Mhm.
bought like a
I
hundred
have a bunch of
something of
those.
them for
Oh
like
wow.
$60,
Yeah.
and I have
They're
them now for like
expensive.
$6.
They're
Yeah,
expensive.
I have
Like
them up
new.
here
Yeah.
for like $6 a piece,
Mhm.
but I've
Like
taken offers on 2
for
of them for like four
singles or for
bucks. So
like
like
the group.
for
Like
a single bracelet,
yeah,
a
okay. I was gonna say
single like
cause like if
little
you buy
tiny
them like
bracelet.
in like the threes, like sometimes they come in like a set. They're like
Hmm.
$20 for at least. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, this one's just a single
yeah,
red, white,
mm-hmm,
and gray. I've
yeah,
sold 2 so far, so we're
mm-hmm.
not in the profit yet. But I mean, if I
They'll
have at
sell.
least 100, and if I sell them at
Yeah,
$4 a piece, it's four hundred
hmm,
dollars.
right.
Like, of course, it'll take forever, but I enjoy having that.
That's
It's
okay.
so nice.
But it's
And then
like it's like set it
I
and
have like,
forget it, with that kind of stuff.
yep,
It's easy.
I could
Plus,
actually
it's
probably put that
easy
on
to
Mercari
ship.
too. Yep, just throw it in
Yeah,
a. I've
yeah.
been throwing them in little paper
Yep. I would
envelopes.
put that up on Macari. I would. That would probably do well there.
Yeah, I'll do that. I've already used my free listings from Vendu, but when I cross list like manually, I will
Mm-hmm.
just screenshot the pictures and pretty much copy paste and
Yeah.
call it good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you still there?
Yeah. What
You
happened?
disappeared on my screen.
Oh.
Live video will return when their internet improves.
Who mine?
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
but then it says
Oh,
recording
I went
continues
from
smoothly. So I can't see you right now, but
oh, that's weird. I'm
oh, I
looking
just
out the
got a
window. We're supposed to
message.
get like storms. I wonder if it's starting to look dark outside.
It's looking nice here. It's a little overcast, but it's a good day to, like I say, I'll go on a bike ride later. And dang it, I sold something earlier and now they want to cancel.
Mm.
Awesome. I hate it when that happens. I don't like that.
No,
That
it
sucks.
stinks. That stinks.
Well, I don't
There
really
was
have much
something
more to
else
talk
I was
about
gonna
here.
talk about that I was thinking of. I see that when I was away, I should have wrote stuff down, but I didn't.
I'm sure
I
we'll
can't
have plenty to talk
remember.
about next time we
Yeah,
record.
for sure.
Probably here in a couple days, actually. I just thought
Yep,
about
in a
that.
couple days we
Yep.
will, and hopefully I will have had a nap and feel better because, well, I got medicine for my dad today because I guess my mom called and got the whatever they give to. I mean, she's old too. She acts like she's younger than him, but she's not that much younger than him. But and he's supposed to I don't know if I told you, he's been talking to a surgeon. He's going to have probably going to have bypass
Oh.
surgery. He's like 82, so it's kind of worrisome, but it's basically if he does nothing, he could have, some good more years ahead of him. Um, it's not like a super emergency at the moment, but anyway, so to get this, they haven't. I don't know if you've had it. They never got it. They have managed to go this long without getting it, and then we go on vacation and they get
Nope, I've never. My
it.
husband's gotten
Yeah.
it
Uh-huh.
twice.
Yeah.
I think I am just asymptomatic. But I've also like
Probably.
gotten sick
Hmm.
before and took a test and I was pretty sure I had it, but
Yeah.
it came back
It
negative.
didn't show
So,
up. I My husband had it, I had it, and then my son had it earlier this year.
mhm.
Um, but those three, and then my sister that first got it, this is like her second or third time. I mean, but she teaches, so she gets everything anyway. So she teaches little kids, she gets everything. But yeah,
Mhm.
so well, hopefully they're just gonna like lay around. I don't have to do anything for them. Anyway, I just had to pick up some medicine. I just dropped it off at the door. But yeah,
All right.
so
Well, we will see y'all in a few days.
have a super rest of the weekend whenever I get this up. Maybe tomorrow. Well, I'll put it up tomorrow. It'll be Super Sunday
There we go.
because I really am tired. And
Totally understandable.
Super Sunday, and then we'll be back on schedule. We're still within the week. We're still within the week.
Yep. Yep. It happens.
Just crap happens. Well, you
We were
had a
both
good time
super
with your
busy, so
family, so
yes.
better than
Yes.
I
It
did.
was really nice to see them all again. So,
And now you're recovering.
yeah, I'm still recovering. Like I'm still trying to get back into like work mode and
Hmm. It's hard. It's hard. But I have a bunch of crap behind me that needs to be listed. Stuff over here. I'm ready to go. Actually, I have a bunch of pictures I can go list from. I'm gonna go lay down.
yeah, I need
Might
to
put a
go. I
couple
need to
things
go get
up.
some listings done. My my husband's gonna go buy a mower here today, a
Ooh.
riding lawn mower, and he wants
Ooh.
me to go with. And I'm like, I would rather stay home because the drive is probably 20 minutes here and back, like
Oh.
or
He just I was gonna
here
say
30 here and
he just wants
back.
company then. I was like,
Yeah, but he's
my
been
husband, you
gone for
wanna
the
go
past
buy a
day,
mower? I'm
so
like, no. I
yeah.
don't
But
care
I
about your
I have
writing
so much to do. I have so much to list, and
mower.
I'm like I could be making a lot more and selling a lot more right now. It's just I haven't listed, so I need to
Yeah,
get
me either.
myself going. But
Yep. All
anyways,
right.
we'll see you
So
guys
we have
later.
a goal. We have stuff listed by 2 days from now when we record
Yeah,
again.
speaking of, I had said, remember really quickly,
Oh yeah.
I had said I wanted to get to 1,500
Hmm.
items. Well, then my family came and I had like 1,450, and then I sold like so much where I almost dropped to
Right.
1,400.
Yeah.
So now I'm like trying to get all the listings. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll make that my goal actually. By the time we record on Tuesday, I want to have
Hmm.
1,500 listings. We'll do
Yeah.
that. That's
Well,
about
I won't have
about
that, but
80
I'll
something.
be back over 500 because I did drop. I'm just below 500. I did get up over 500, so
All right.
I'm going to get back to that.
All right, let's do that.
Alrighty.
I'll keep
Yep.
myself accountable. I'll get
Yep.
1,500 by Tuesday.
Yeah, and I will have. I don't, let's say 520.
Okay.
That's a good. That's a good goal
We'll
for
check
me.
in. We'll check back in on Tuesday.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.